AskReddit, people of Reddit who have had a near-death experience, what happened before, during, and after. Number 1. Not mine, but I teach English one-on-one and had a student who was in a fatal car crash where the other 3 people who were with him in the car died on the spot. He was still conscious when paramedics came. He picked a fight with them after they refused to help the others in the car who were clearly dead, but he didn't realize it at that point. Eventually he lost consciousness and was hospitalized for some time after. The near-death experience itself happened when his lungs collapsed, or something like that. I don't remember it exactly. He saw his body on the hospital bed under him as if he was floating on the ceiling. He also saw the doctor trying to revive him with the help of a nurse under him next to his body. He told me that at the time he thought, if this is the way he dies. After he lost consciousness again, if you can call it that, and then woke up back in his body and recovered. Number 2. I blacked out in a pool when I was maybe 6 or 7. I was with my family and extended family. The adults were snacking and chatting by the pool while us kids were swimming. I decided to swim under the surface over to the deep end of the pool, and I did not realize all the floating nets had collected on that side. So when I tried to come up for air, I couldn't, no matter how much vertical bar tried to push the nets or myself away. Stupid adults were not watching and never noticed. I blacked out but woke up at the bottom of the pool. I got to the surface as fast as I could, this time away from the nets, and climbed out of the pool. My cousin asked me why I was getting out of the pool so shortly after we had gotten in. I don't remember what I responded, but I knew if I told anyone I just drowned they wouldn't believe me. Years later I told that same cousin and my sister. I think they believe me. I'm kinda glad it happened to me actually. It makes me think the universe wants me to be here. Number 3. Not me, but a friend of mine was clinically dead for a time and said that it was like a nice sleep. Number 4. It was nothing, pure nothing, pure bliss, letting go of absolutely every single problem. Death will be an amazing experience. Society has it all wrong. We're taught to fear it rather than embrace it. Going back to the universe is the best thing that will happen to us, but it is not something to do intentionally. Live life to the fullest, it's the only one you get. Number 5. A few years ago, my mother's heart stopped during an acupuncture session, or so I was told, so in theory she would have been dead, but she never described it as a NDR. Instead she just said she didn't experience anything during the few seconds her heart wasn't working. Number 6. A friend of mine had a heart attack that led to open heart surgery and died 5 times on the table. He says he doesn't remember anything but nothing. Number 7. I was hit by a car and I remember my memories flashing all in an instant, and then everything went white. That emptiness of white scares me. Number 8. I got hit by a car. I would assume that something like that would be very painful, but it happened so fast that I didn't feel anything. I'm sure it's not always like that, and afterwards I was in a lot of pain. I didn't have any serious injuries or anything, but I think getting hit by a car counts as near death. Number 9. In short, nothing happens, the world goes on. This personal consciousness comes to an end. There are many experiences happening right now in many personal consciousnesses. These go on happening. The illusion is that they are not you, but in truth you do not experience them now only because you cannot experience them both at the same time. There is no you that dies. Number 10. Do you remember what it was like 4.7 billion years before you were born? Just like that, nothing, no heaven, no hell, just nothing. Number 11. I was dead for 4 minutes, I remember nothing, it was like sleeping. Number 12. That's the beauty of death, it's the unknown that makes everything possible. I think at the point of death the mind is released from the physical connection and enters the void of timeless thought, although who knows? I might change my mind tomorrow. That's one of the great things of keeping an open mind.